far as Filipino martial arts, the big three are artists, Eskrima, and Kali. So, with the idea that the people watching this don't know anything, what's the difference and similarities between those three names? Why do they even have those? They are kind of Filipino in nature, right? And so,
Oh yeah, yeah. It's the 70 languages and dialects of the Philippines. So something that's called Arnis in another part of the Philippines was called Eskrima, in another part of the Philippines was called Kali. Then it could have been called Caligayron. It could have been called Pananadata. So what region were you from, and what did people call their art?
so different dialects of the same language for the most part.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so the overall structure is the same, but even like the count. Okay, modern Chinese 12 count. Look at the Inasano 12 count. They're not the same. In other words, when each strike is made, it's different between modern Chinese and the Inasano system. They're both 12 count systems. They both hit essentially the same areas of the body, but the number that they associate with that body hit is different. Then you've got the people who want to do cinco terros, 5 strikes. You know, your 5 strikes are 2 to the head, 2 to the knees, or 2 to the head, 2 to the waist. So it didn't matter if you looked at it realistically. You could make your 5 count into 6, 2 head, 2 waist, 2 knee, and then a thrust. Now you got 7.
And you can just mix and match all the
mix and match
yeah.
all over the place. So when I teach people who are not in my school, what I try to do is give them stick directions. In other words, horizontal forehand to the head, horizontal backhand to the head, diagonal forehand to the shoulder, diagonal backhand to the shoulder. So now they're not concerned about what number is that, or if they have it already in their system, they're not confusing the numbers.
Right. I I think it's no, the Inasano system. Somebody for him, he has zones for like whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, is it him? Okay, for like walking. It's a kind of a similar thing where he's just taking numbers kind of out. He's like, you're in this zone, you're in that zone.
Right. Yeah, and zone theory in Filipino martial arts is fairly prevalent. A number of people will talk about high, middle, low zone, and some others will talk about splitting left and right. So you have left high, left low, right low, left middle, right middle. And that's just, again, to orient you, the student who is learning this, to a particular part of the body. And if you're coming from another system with numbers, you don't have to think numbers anymore. You just follow the direction.
Sometimes I think there are too many numbers in martial arts.
Oh God, yes. Oh yeah.
Actually, I've got an assistant instructor. He has learned to count to 10 in I think like 15 different languages. I was like, I can barely count to 10 in 2. I can barely count to 10 in 1. I got one language and I'm bad at it. English is terrible. I should know. I speak it.
But yeah, and so Kali, Arnis, doesn't matter. People can call it. Well, even Eskrima. Let's take Eskrima. Now there are 2 convenient spellings for Eskrima.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
One is EC, one is EK. Well, I mean, come on. If I go ESC, what does that mean? Well, that just means I'm from a different region than the guy who's spelling it ESK, and the ESK region was probably more Muslim than Christian.
Interesting.
The Christian region was ESC.
Interesting.
That's a generalization. I mean,
Right.
it's not locked
It's not like
locked in
hard
stone.
Yeah,
But that just again goes back to this idea that different people, different languages, different dialects will utilize the same motion, but not necessarily the same word.